I'm going to do a very thorough sound check. We appear to be
Thorough
streaming.
sound check.
Yeah, okay. We got audio, we got video.
Oh shit, nice.
Take it away.
Welcome back to Elder Scrolls, episode 10. Congratulations to making it to the double digits, you guys.
Yeah,
Big thing.
big time.
Does anyone want to talk about what we did last time?
Oh boy.
Give me a
We-
remembrance.
We attempted to leave our camp and were accosted by some Dunmer.
We semi-investigated a murder.
Yeah.
Right.
We met Luna.
Yeah, you met Luna Indoril, who was in desperate need of a husband, and convinced Lem to at least kind of say that he was her fiance, so that way her dad would let her stay in Breville with you guys.
Mhm.
And you guys then spent a good portion of the session asking Luna questions about stuff, and also pestering her and making her hang out with Lem, even though she seemed pretty reluctant to.
Yeah,
Guys-
I remember that. That's funny.
This is what she signed
Right.
on for.
Literally what she asked for.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was interested in a long-term engagement. You guys were like, well, kids, you guys can stake out the murder house and get to know each other. Because
They're
Luna conveniently knew where a couple of the different places where the murder had happened were.
Mm-hmm.
She personally showed you guys where the second murder happened of the Breville Butcher, as she called him.
Mm-hmm.
And Gust looked at the door and saw that it had been picked, but that it was an incredibly easy lock pick. Like, he could do it in his sleep, basically. Then she brought you guys over to the most recent murder site, which was incredibly new. There were still guards posted outside. You guys approached, like, an officer-looking person and started asking her a few questions about what happened, trying to kind of quiz her. And eventually you, with Luna's help, discovered that the person who had been murdered was a Nord woman. And you're like, we have a Nord. Quick, Sigurd, tell him that you're related.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, that's right.
So Sigurd passes a bluff. And he's like, oh yeah, that's my second cousin, first removed. Which is a good thing that he said that, because it is an old lady. So if he had just said cousin, it would have tipped the guard off.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives her condolences, lets you know that after the investigation's over, you'll be in charge of her estate, Aggie Bannertorn, and then, like, shoos you guys away. Because it's a murder investigation. You guys are civilians. You have to go. In fact, you're, like, bereaved, like, family. You really have to go. And so you guys all, split up.
Yeah,
Like
we
I was saying,
retreated.
earlier, you put Lem and Luna in like under a tree near this little wall to
Yeah,
like
there's
basically,
like a bench and shit.
to basically like chat and get to know each other and stake out the house. And then Casseros and Gust posted up on this little dock that was right across from the murder site, and had a deep discussion about Morrowind and why it was great and also terrible. Which honestly had a pretty fun parallel to how Luna said that she loved Breville because it was terrible.
Mm-hmm. And then
And
there
you
was also,
Go ahead.
I was about to say, it was like, but that was after Cass went over to the fucking Church of Barrow and just looked over at Quincy and was just like, so, like, are we gonna... Do we do it now, or, like, wait?
That's right. And Quincy was like, I'm going to get you a ring. You got me a ring. We're going to do like a dual proposal thing. And then
Nice.
said he was going to go shopping and walked off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Cass walked over to
To
Gus.
hang out with Gust.
Yeah. We shot
And-
shit while you were not, where we were purposefully not catching fish.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because you borrowed Miko's fishing rod. And you guys were
we
kind
did-
of waiting for the sun to set.
We had a good joke. We had a good joke that we were going to play on Miko. I still think we should do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh no! I told you to catch fish, and you don't know how to fish.
Oh no, we're getting there. It's gonna be
Oh, we're gonna have fish.
funny.
Oh,
Don't you
you're
worry.
going to fish.
I get into my magic fishing rod.
You will eat well tonight. I think
Yeah.
you will be happy with what we've come up with.
Uh-huh.
And my understanding is that Miko and Sigurd were hanging out with Sweet Roll at the inn.
I think I was hanging out, eavesdropping on the guards that were practicing across
that's
the way.
right. That's right. You took a little listen
Yep.
to the guards, and there was one guard that's kind of skeeved out by people getting eaten,
Uh-huh.
and the other guards were teasing him for it over here.
Oh yeah. And of course, Siggy's fucking holding down the fort with Sweet Roll. God, I love that dog.
Hell yeah.
Such a baby. There you go. He's afeared. And that's where we left off.
Damn.
You guys were considering waiting for the night to fall so that way you could sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys going to stay where you are now?
Cass
go
is
ahead.
going to look over to Gus and is just gonna say, he was like, I'm gonna make the rounds. Be back.
Okay.
All right.
And then Cass is just going to swipe up and see what Miko and Sig are doing.
What hour are we at now?
I would say that the sun is starting to go down, but we're not quite at the time where it's like getting to be night yet. It's like autumn right now.
Right.
So the sun is setting at around 6 o'clock, and it's only like 3 right now. So the sun
Okay.
is starting to get lower in the sky, but it's like you guys have time to do stuff, or if you want to wait for night, you'll have to actually like find somewhere to wait properly.
Remember, press T to wait.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna press T right here, and it's gonna make that little jingly sound.
Nice. So you guys all like get together, maybe have a meal while you wait for the sun to go down. And while you're all collected together, a person comes into the inn. And you can tell that they've been on the road. They've got like dust on their boots and they've got like a messenger bag. And they come up and they briefly speak to the innkeeper. And then they head on over to you where you guys are all grouped together. And they're like, excuse me, I'm looking for Casseros Indoril, and I'm also looking for Sigurd Gunderson. And he's like looking at a little list of names.
Cass just walks over right next to Sigurd and just goes, my mail.
So he goes, oh yeah, I've got a letter for you. Your eyes only. And he hands it to you, Casseros. And he turns to Sigurd and he goes, oh, and you have a letter from the Count. Coming up in the world, I see. And hands you your letter.
Oh, okay.
So who wants their letter first?
Roll for initiative.
Cass tucks his letter in his pocket. He'll wait for a moment.
Okay.
Roll for letter opener.
All right,
All
yeah,
right, so-
I'll open my letter and see what it says.
Mr. Sigurd Gunderson, I had your request fast-tracked through the Imperial Requisition Office. You have an appointment with Consul Maxon as soon as you are able to meet with him in the Imperial City. Regards, Secretary of Mauritius Caro.
Oh, good news.
Well, I guess that's progress, but now I have to get to the Imperial City.
Well, that'll be easy enough. We're going there anyway.
I suppose.
All right, and then I take my little note out. Rip it open. What does this say?
Dearest friends, I hope my letter finds you safe and sound in Breville. How is the road? I look forward to hearing the adventures you all have had and the friends you have made. The family is well here in Leowin. Radari is dictating this letter for me. On to the reason for my writing you. I have prepared the names of our business partner in Breville. He is named Dextros Loxley.
Dexterous.
As for Gust's request for my banker in Chedenhall, he is named Vanik Par Hilalu.
Nice. Alalu. Well, surprised they're still around.
And then he writes, "May your feet find warm sands, Rashara."
Nice. All right. Dexterous Loxley and Venik Parhlalu. Gust. I definitely let you know. We've got.
Am I even here?
No.
Oh, you should be here, unless
Okay.
you decide not
Oh.
to come.
I think unless it was like, I don't know. I didn't see a reason not to keep.
Yeah, you had to
doing
leave the
recon,
dock.
But
I could come and get him. I'll come tell him.
yeah, no, I could be here. That's fine.
What was the
Okay.
name of the person I was supposed to meet?
1 second. Let me. Consul Maxon.
Okay.
But I do have it written down, so if you forget the
No.
name, we'll have it.
Okay.
No worry. I also have written all three of them down now.
Nice. All right, so you guys get your mail, read your mail, have a little bit to eat, maybe. Do our,
Oh,
exchange notes.
I quickly write a note that just says, Yorishara, thank you. Warm sands, pleasant moons. Stay safe. Stay hidden.
You write him an appropriate. Okay, I get you. You want to give it to the courier before he leaves.
Yeah, and then it was just like, here's an extra copper for you. Give him an extra copper on whatever he charges me.
All right, so that'll be a gold.
All right.
3 days walk.
I suppose. You're right. Sorry, I'll come from. Oh, and throw a fucking single copper as well.
He's like, "A pleasure, sir," and he gets his
He's
little
a-
courier ass out of here. He's got the letters to deliver.
His eyes only. Oh yeah.
Yeah, his eyes only. Don't worry, that's obligatory. I say that to everybody.
Well, that's canned catchphrase you have.
Mail is. You guys are not allowed to. Other people are not allowed to look at it. It's a rule.
Oh, don't mind me accidentally clicking animal handling. I didn't animal handle him.
Sweet
You
roll
reach
is
over
handled.
and you pet Sweet Roll.
God,
Sweet Roll, give me your paw.
he's so smart. All
He
right.
gives you paw. He's a good boy. All right. Anything we want to do before we allow time to pass and it's nighttime?
Cass looks at everybody as he like reaches whatever the exit door is. He's just like, I'm gonna go tell Gust about our thing. He walks out the door,
Okay.
and I go tell Gust about his letter
Right.
or our
There
letter.
you go. Relay the message to Gust.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time passes, you guys see like the head officer guard starts to leave probably 30 minutes after you guys talk. And then slowly over time, less guards are there until there's only about 2 guards guarding the house. No, it's 1 guard. There's 1 guard guarding the house and he's near the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Did I count any coming in or out? Like, do I have an idea of how many might be in the building?
You're pretty sure that there's no one in there. A couple people came out, a couple people went in, but if you counted right, then there shouldn't be anyone else in there.
So there's just one guy watching the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. I like those numbers.
Here. Okay. All right, question. Who are you guys taking with you?
Luna.
Yeah, I
Like,
get. Yeah.
taking any of your NPCs? I mean, obviously not Sweet Roll.
Not Sweet Roll.
Sweet Roll staying in the inn. You guys paid the pet deposit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Lem
Wait.
should watch Sweet Roll, and everybody else can come.
I'll look over at Quincy and I'd just say it was just like if you want to watch Lem watch Sweet Roll, you can stay here if you want, or you could come either way.
I've had my fill of murder scenes. I think I'm gonna stay home and make potions.
Fair.
Luna's like, I want to go. I definitely want to go.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
You're a monster hunter. Perhaps the murderer was a monster.
That was their idea. Yeah.
Let's see here. So you guys head up to the house. Second. We're just gonna
Hell
make
yeah.
it look like it's nighttime.
It's a
And
black box.
And then reveal areas.
Good news. We're looking at 1 guard left this evening. And they're only watching the outside, so if we're real quiet about this.
Sneaky, sneaky.
You want me to put them to sleep?
And that crudely drawn box, that's the stairs up to the other house, the other apartment on the second floor. I forgot to add those when I made the map.
Over here. I see.
Yeah.
You actually have a good idea, Miko.
It's like the one thing I'm good at. I'm not good at fighting.
Idea.
But I can.
You keep eyes on that guard, and when we inevitably screw up and he starts poking around, then you put him to sleep.
Sounds good. Right, because it only lasts a minute.
Yeah, in just a moment, gentlemen, and non-binary pals.
Mm-hmm.
Put him.
There you go.
And then feel free to move your tokens on yourself, but I'm going to start moving them on.
Okay.
I am here.
And Luna. Gotta get Luna.
What's the chance we can get in through a window?
The bottom floor doesn't have any windows. These houses are really cheap.
Got it. Okay. And there's an upper floor?
Yes, and that's another house.
Is it occupied?
Yes.
Okay.
God, I'm glad I took off my fucking plate armor for this.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at stealthing, but I can do it.
Oh, right. I can just bring myself in. That's a thing I can do.
Double gusts.
No, we moved them at the same time. It's fine. I deleted mine. We're good.
It's a 2 gust situation.
No, it's your evil, evil twin.
Listen, if we get into any situation that can be classified as a double gust situation, I'm scared.
Oh no, it's rust from the weeds.
No.
So, want to make sure you guys can see the front door. Okay, there we go. All right, and so you guys are kind of like crouched into like a little dark shadow right here in the corner. And Healy is like making like a general like
pace back and forth.
Yeah, he's doing like a little pace back and forth. It's like going like a do. He goes like this way, especially because there's a lady up here. He always goes up to the second floor and checks on her, like walks up there, because it's like imagine it kind of like a two-tiered cake. There's like a slightly wider floor on the bottom,
Yeah,
and then on the top there's like a smaller tier, so there's like a walkway around it.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes up there and he walks the top there. And so he'll like disappear up into the top, and you can just see the light of his torch kind of illuminating the top area.
Yeah,
And then he
just, like,
comes
going
back
around.
down
Okay.
and goes around.
Probably, I probably wait until he rounds this corner to start heading upstairs,
All right.
and then I'll start moving. Just like
Okay, well, he does another round around, and we'll say you guys are just so well cemented into the shadows that like by the time he gets back here again,
yeah,
you guys are ready to head over.
just to maximize the amount of time we have. Like as soon as he leaves the front, I'm like, all right, to the front.
Yes. All right, and you approach the door. It's locked.
Of course it is. Lock
Makes
picks out.
sense to me.
Lock picks out unless Luna's got a secret key that she didn't tell us about.
She does not. Roll me a sleight of hand.
16.
Baby.
You take out your two pieces, like the lockpick and then the little lift mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
The probe. There we go. You put the probe in, and then you click, 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 and you're in.
Cool.
Nice.
I give a wink to the rest of the party, and I slide the door open and let myself in.
You head in, and you can see that the room is dimly illuminated by these dying embers in the fireplace. Like, while these guards were in here investigating, they had enough time to fucking come over and stoke the fire, but it's starting to die out now. So there's like a small area of illumination near the fireplace. And then it's mostly dark in the rest of the house.
Okay.
Or I suppose you could call it an apartment.
Like
Luna slips in right behind you guys.
Miko, come in.
I thought it was.
Whatever. We need your
I'm-
we need your eyes.
It's gonna be fine.
Do you? I thought you wanted me to stay outside.
It's fine.
No, come in.
It's fine. Come in.
Oh, okay.
If there's gonna
Someone
be
has cat eyes.
if there's gonna be
Right.
if there's going to be trouble, you should probably be near us when it happens.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna shut and lock the door behind us.
All right,
What
so
do
you
See.
come in and you fasten the lock. And you guys step onto this little welcome mat. And you can kind of dimly peer in as your eyes start to adjust to the dark a little. And you can see that you're in like a little entryway that has a little side wall. And you can see that there's a few things next to the door, like some women's boots.
Ooh.
And then some like general miscellaneous items off to the side, a little storage area that presumably has more shoes.
Do the boots look expensive?
No. They do not look expensive.
Could I make them look expensive?
They look well worn, and they
Yeah.
also look out of date fashion wise.
Ah, too much effort.
Yep. Old lady stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All right, so
Alright.
you guys have broken into the murder scene.
A fish.
Well, as
You
long as
kind-
Reminds me.
That's on the other side of a wall.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. My bad.
Sorry.
I misunderstood the wall. I see nothing.
I think as long as there's no windows in here, I don't feel bad turning a light on.
Right, so
Oh.
you light
Isn't
a
it dark?
torch.
Yeah.
It is dark in here. You light like a torch or a candle.
Yeah, I'll light a
I take the rug right here, and then I squunch it up under
the
the door
door.
gap.
Yes, good man.
Good call.
Ooh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I guess I'm lighting a torch because I don't have anything else.
In here.
I
So
did not
you
take
light a
note-
torch.
I did not take
Yeah,
note of. No,
I
go
grab
ahead.
your hand real quick.
Yeah,
grab
go
your
ahead.
hand real
Go
quick.
ahead. Go ahead.
And then I go, this is the one bit of magic I can do.
Oh. Hey.
Nice.
Okay then.
That's lights.
I'd like to create a light, like here, and then like here, and then here.
Okay, what color are they?
A light purple.
Nice.
Light purple light. It'll preserve our dark vision. Oh, I have four. I have 4 lights. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Okay. And then
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Beauty.
Alert. Unless that's a red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's blood.
Maybe it's cranberry sauce. Nope, it is not.
Could be. Yep.
It's blood.
Yeah, cranberry sauce.
that's blood.
I'm going to very daintily make my way toward the scene, taking note of fish on wall.
You see a stuffed slaughterfish. And how close do you get to it?
I don't think I have any business with it. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Oh my god! Is it a magically animate singing slaughterfish?
I don't know. You'll have to look at it closer to be able to tell.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have just called you out on that one, but it just occurred to me. It's like, wait a minute. I've seen this trap before. I think Gust is more mindful of where he steps in this raggedy ass old wooden shack.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Miko, you get close enough to see that it's got a big red button on the bottom.
Urge to press button. What are the purple things?
Those are my lights.
Dancing lights.
Oh, that is. I get you. I want to press the button because chaos, but also, B, this reminds me, I was promised fish earlier,
Oh,
and yet no one brought me delicious fish.
Now is not the time, Mikolo.
You're right, Mikolo. I'm sorry. I left the fish at the inn.
We can definitely.
You left the fish.
We can definitely get the fish. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Gust, you approach the obviously disrupted area over here.
Yep.
You see that this looks like it was kind of like a writing/reading area. There's like a bookshelf with all kinds of books on the floor, and you see that there's a table that's been violently knocked over along with a chair, followed by like a huge puddle of blood and also blood splatter all over the table and chair and book.
The table's bleeding.
And you can see that like the blood is starting to get dark.
Oh.
Dark
Like,
as
it's
in
starting to get old.
Yeah.
Coagulating.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think at this point, Gust is realizing, like, never had to reverse engineer my own work. But that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, what probably happened here?
Roll me an investigation check. And since you're using like your previous knowledge, I was going to give you advantage.
Great, 27.
27.
Oh my.
So
I found a cup.
I found the murderer.
Because you can see that this is not a delicate, precise murder. You can see this was a brutal attack. The amount of blood that's everywhere, like someone was like basically ripped apart. You can see that there's a barrel, like an actual standard size like barrel that you would store grain or maybe alcohol in, and it's been smashed, and its contents are spilled all over the ground. It's water. And you know that like a significant amount of force must have been used to like break that. Like this was someone who was savagely attacking this old woman. And you can also tell from the amount of blood that this person, like, their blood wasn't drank.
Right.
So this wasn't a vampire attack. Presumably, unless it was a vampire that didn't drink their blood for some reason,
Yeah.
which would be pretty crazy.
No indication of a murder weapon or anything. I mean, obviously we can't see the body hair, so I don't know what it, you know.
There hasn't been a murder weapon left at the scene, at least.
Right. But I don't.
You saw
there
them bring
isn't-
the body. You saw them bring whatever was left of the body out.
Yeah.
But like
It's
they had
more-
lots of stuff that was like evidence and things that they had that had been like wrapped up and taken away.
Yeah. I'm more like not being able to assess the body and like what happened to it specifically. Do I see that there's any like maybe the sign of like a wayward, you know, sword scraped up against a cabinet or something like that? Like,
I think you would see some evidence of weapon marks.
okay.
It's hard to tell necessarily if it's from a bladed weapon or if it's like been smashed, like the way the barrel was smashed.
Mm-hmm.
But there was definitely a lot of force exerted. Like these items are very messed up.
Okay.
And you can see that this area has been like a significant amount of movement happened through. There was like a big struggle. This old lady put up a pretty decent fight, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
The rug rug is like all trampled.
Yeah.
Everything's been knocked over. Like this wasn't a clean slit their throat kind of killing. But you can see that there is some indication that there was some movement, not just in this area, but it starts to lead this way.
As
Like,
in
it
it
starts to
was. Go ahead.
Well, I should say that it's leading from this way, like from the north down to the south, this corner here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there's like a path that the killer took. Like you're like reading where things have been disturbed on the floor and like little spots where, oh, like there's a little bit of dust here that's been disturbed and stuff like that.
Does it
And
look
you
like
can
they
see-
came from the front door?
As you follow the trail, it actually leads to this closet.
Hole.
Dun, dun.
Okay. I'm Gust is following these along the ground and then he sees it disappear into this closet. And I think he stops and he takes out his short sword and he goes, "Sigurd." And just points at the closet.
Yeah.
And then
I
we
will
were
open
stacked.
the closet.
Yeah. Stack up on the door, see what's in there.
Peek.
So you guys like two-man go to the door like the way police go in through doors and stuff.
More or less.
And you take your short sword and you open the door and you rush in and it's empty. Would you roll me a separate investigation check for the closet?
Okay. Both of us? It's only a 9.
Don't you get
And then,
advantage because
and then
you
Keith
can
has
do?
a 6.
Oh,
Now he had advantage on the last roll, but
Right.
But not in here.
Mhm.
You guys want to look?
I'm peering from a distance. Can I investigate from over here?
I don't know how to explain this to everyone, but I think our killer came from the closet. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Cass has a cup and spoon in hand, and he just goes, "Strange. How could they be in the closet? Were they waiting for them? Had they broken in previously and then hid in the closet?"
It's pretty spooky.
I'm just looking around the closet. I'm like, I don't know.
You do notice one thing that you would have to basically be blind not to see, especially with how well you guys have illuminated this area.
Mhm.
You can, so like the way a lot of closets are built is like they'll use like a reinforcing wall, and then they'll be like, oh well, I've got a little space here, let's put a closet. So there's like the wall, and then it has these big strong cross beams, and it kind of makes like a little ledge that's right below maybe chin height. And you can see that someone was standing in here, facing the wall and waiting. And as you look down, you can see that on that little ledge there, it's wet.
They
peed.
You can-
water.
It's up too high. Very funny. It's up too high. You could roll. Somebody could roll something else, and we could see what that substance might be.
Cass is just like, what the hell are you talking about? What the fuck?
I already borked a check, so I'll let somebody else go first.
Not investigation.
I have proficiency in it.
Wait, to decide what the substance
You're
is?
trying to see what that substance is.
Would it be? What would we roll for it?
Or nature.
You could do nature. You could do another investigation.
History, medicine.
Medicine.
Arcana? I should have asked before I rolled it.
It's
It's
not
fine.
it's not a magical substance.
It's non-magical. That's a good day. Thank you.
Oh,
Wow! Whoa! Trip 17s.
Yeah. Wow. Roll 20.
So, Miko, you and Casseros both lean in and investigate it. And looking at the texture and smelling, you guys both look at each other and you're like, saliva?
Ew.
I was hiding in the closet and drooling.
on the shelf.
I was definitely
Well,
right. This place is gross.
What a weirdo.
While he waited. And when I say he, I mean a non-gendered pronoun.
Right.
This person, our killer. Maybe it was a monster.
Go over to Luna and I just go, Luna, do you know of any monsters who salivate excessively?
Ooh.
Hmm.
The undead
I
are not
mean-
traditionally.
I've heard werewolves have large mouths, which would, I guess, necessitate much saliva.
Yeah, were creatures salivate. Also, there's some Daedric creatures that have these mouths that don't really support themselves properly, and they'll just kind of hang open, and they're just drooling all the time.
But there's only drool on the shelf, not on the floor.
Hungers.
Hmm.
Yeah, someone humanoid size was standing there. Something humanoid size was standing there.
Ah.
And she's like, but actually, any mammal salivates. In fact, some of them, besides mammals, salivate, like amphibians and stuff.
Okay, so we either have to find a freak or a demon. Cool.
I'm kind of interested more in how it got here.
Hmm.
How the hell did it get in a closet? Previous house, it looked like there was a break-in.
You
This-
didn't look at this door,
No, I didn't.
and now you've already picked it.
There's no telltale work aside from my own.
That's not really how it works.
Nope.
Well, that's a good note, though. It means that there's no one extra sloppy. It means they were able to pick a lock without damaging it. It means that they're not some kind of mindless animal who would sooner rip the door open or claw at the door.
I'm just trying to figure out why they would break in,
And stand in
plant
the closet.
a monster in a closet.
Telling
There's
you,
no
perverts.
there's no trace of something going from the closet to the door or vice versa.
Let's see here. You could probably pick up on the original trail, and yet something did come in through the front door, hide in the closet, and wait, and then come out of the closet.
Is this a chest?
No, that's a pile of firewood.
Oh, okay, yes, okay, that makes sense. To go
One
into here.
spoon.
Also, this is
Basically-
a cup and spoon, yes?
That is like that's like the stuff to stoke the fire.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a mug of tea that has been
It's a-
tossed aside.
It's a little too small. I was fighting the map maker.
Yeah, no worries.
But it's like a fire poker and like the other accessories, the other fire poker accessories.
Nice. Oh, gotcha. Like the little shovel and the doobaloo. Yeah.
Yes. And also, so the killer's path kind of comes. Oh, that's weird. 1 second.
Ooh,
Free hand.
Luna,
weird.
when
No
did
other
these
color.
when did these killings happen? Like, did they only happen at nightfall or?
Yeah, I think they were all at night. So that's roughly the path the killer took.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
So why would somebody plant themselves?
Did was there any indication of how they were killed? Was it like clawed? Can you tell it from the splatter pattern?
I can
Gust.
tell you that they're sloppy as hell.
Well, yeah, I can tell that.
I can
This
also
one can see.
tell you that as terrible as this monster was, the old woman put up a fight, which is
Well,
extremely interesting to me.
good for her.
Yeah, or maybe the old woman was the problem.
Go on.
Perhaps this old woman wasn't who she said she was, eh?
Oh,
It's a stretch. It's just
well, let's
I can't help but wonder, as terrible as this murderer is, the victim was no slouch, despite the fact that she was elderly.
Can we find? Is there like a diary? Oh, is this a book?
Yeah, what was she
reading?
reading?
There's like a wide collection of different books. There's like stories about Tamriel history, there's like creative writing, there's the Argonian account. There's like a copy of the Lusty Argonian Maid that has like a joking inscription on the inside, like a birthday gift kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I pocketed
You also find
I pocket that long enough to later throw it in her phone fireplace.
and you find the book that she was working on. You also find like a quill. And this is like a book that she was writing. And it says Confessions of a bookish spinster.
Okay.
Go on.
And it's like a tongue-in-cheek memoir about being a single woman living in Breville and never getting married. And there's like stories about like her hanging out with her neighbors. There's like about people, like one time someone stole her boots and she went on this whole adventure to get them back. Talking about going on walks. It's like a funny book that's written by a woman that slowly progresses into an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What does the last page she's written on say? Did she finish it?
It's not finished. And there's a couple times in the book, as you flip through it, where she muses about when the book will be finished. And she's like, well, I guess it'll be finished when I die.
Mm.
I guess the last chapter will have to be written by someone else, because this is my life story and I don't know how it ends.
Oh, dang. Mikalo picks up the book.
I'd like
And
to
I think
investigate.
that the last... I'm sorry.
Oh,
I think that the last thing she was writing about has to be about the Breville Butcher.
What were her thoughts?
Like, I think that she's talking about how she's kind of scared, but how that she's lived a long life and that she's not going to go down easy. Like, she talks about she references all of these basically villains in her life from the book, and she, like, so-and-so didn't get me, and so-and-so didn't get me, so, like, if the Breville Butcher's going to get me, they're going to have to get me.
Sounds like this person was a seasoned enough adventurer to fend for themselves.
Yeah, apparently.
She was a warrior. There doesn't seem to be any frost marks or electricity marks or flame marks.
Yeah, like I'm looking around now, like, what was this woman's deal? Like, was she a warrior or a vampire or what was her fucking deal before any of this happened?
going through this closet and all of her bed things. There has to be some kind. If she's a werewolf, there's hair in here.
You guys don't find any evidence of anything supernatural. She just seemed like she was kind of an independent chick. Like you find like a dagger under her bed, or like under her mattress, which is something that she wrote about. How she's like, the Royal Butcher's not going to get me. I put a dagger under my mattress.
Alright.
They're not going to.
Should've
If they're a
put one-
vampire, they're gonna come and try and get me when I'm sleeping. I'm gonna get them.
I like her.
Should have put a dagger in her book.
Right? She should have kept one over in her little writing area.
Yeah, in her sitting chair.
Always have a dagger in your boot.
Mm.
But she didn't.
Bars.
She doesn't have like a ancestral blade in her closet or anything like that.
No.
And this is just like various things with like cooking
Yeah,
supplies,
this
and then
yeah.
a
cooking
fucking thing.
supplies, yeah, like garlic
Yeah,
and
the
sage
food.
and stuff, like flour and things. Nothing expensive.
She seems like she was a simpler woman than this murder scene would indicate.
You know, like
Perhaps
It's-
it was random.
it seems like she was just like you gotta kind of be tough to be like a single woman living in Breville by yourself and make it to old age.
Yeah.
And she made it all that way only to get eaten by some guy.
Did we check
Bullshit.
her wardrobe up here? Nothing in there.
Yeah, nothing.
There's some women's clothes. There's
Commoners
like
clothes, yeah.
there's one nice dress. There's a bunch of pajamas, like nighties. And whoever is looking there can roll me a D100.
Oh.
I think that's you, Castros.
Yeah, okay. $26.
26. Oh, you find a bar of ebony with stars painted on it. 3 stars.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
What the hell? This I am holding so much. Nico, fuck that fish. Come here.
But the fish.
Fuck that fish.
It has a red button.
No.
This one must
Look.
push the button.
Hold out your hands.
Okay. My paws.
I'm about to hand you something more valuable than gold. What a fucking ebony bar in your goddamn hands.
It looks very valuable.
It's
Out
the
of
blood of
character.
God.
What is it? It's the blood of God?
It's Nern's blood. Out of character in lore, ebony is mined mostly in Vardenfell because it's very easy to get there because there's a volcano. It is the base for all Daedric armors and is the highest base armor game to work with in all the games that allow you to work with it.
So
Like,
this is-
It's one of like the heaviest, strongest terrestrial metals.
yes.
so it's just a slab of it with the stars
Yeah,
on it,
yeah, it's like an ingot.
ready for forging.
Mhm.
Interesting. Wow. That is
Niccolo.
good find.
Niccolo, this probably costs more than this house.
Why does this old woman have this very expensive chunk of metal?
I don't know. How did she wrestle a demon without her signature pillow knife? Apparently,
Lady becomes more and more interesting the more we learn.
Luna, I'm at a loss here. Something very strange happened in this house, but I don't know why.
Mikolo has a request.
What
If
is
it-
the question?
If it's to push the button, then no.
Well, here's the thing. I can cast silence.
Then
Then I'll push the button
yeah, it's
the
like
moment it makes a noise.
This one just wants to
You
see it
cast
flap
silence.
around.
I look at Castros like I can't think of an argument to that. I want to argue and I can't think of anything.
Maybe it was just flap, but maybe there will be treasure in its mouth. You never know.
Castros just nods, and then he just goes, cast it.
Okay, I cast silence.
Okay, so you're casting silence on the fish, and then you're going to push the red button.
And then push the red button.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you push the red button, and the fish comes to life, and he flaps on his little plaque, and his mouth starts flapping up and down as you can start to see that he silently sings a song.
Mikolov silently claps in delight.
He's jamming, and
He's
it's a
jamming.
little slaughterfish.
And
Is it
pull it down.
slaughterfish?
Pull it down off the wall. This is coming with us.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe pocket it.
Excellent. Thumbs up again.
Might as well have something to show for this.
It says here, it is the companion to one Billy the Bass, but this is Sally the Slaughterfish.
Sally the slaughterfish.
Oh, I love
Sally the singing slaughterfish.
Excellent.
But it's spelled like the dark elf way of spelling Sally, like Soleil. It's like got lots of L's and an IE at the end.
God.
Marking off a spell slot. Cool. Well, this one has no other ideas. Shall we leave?
The only other thing I can think of is maybe it definitely came in through the door, so it might have left tracks.
Hmm.
I pick up the pot in this. Pick up the pot.
Evidence. It's all evidence.
The pot.
Is there anything in it or under it? Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Not
had to
going-
think about it, but no, there's not.
I'm not going to lie. The Cathedral would be sloppier, even than this. Are we sure that this is not a? Would this be a? This be a Dark Brotherhood hit that went south?
Gust makes the conscious decision to not respond.
I don't think
I
they would
mean-
be. I think they'd be cleaner than this, but then again,
Internally, Gust is like, no fucking way. There's no way the brothers did this. But he doesn't want anybody else to hear him say that.
Yeah, Cass is bad shit talking because he's just like, oh yeah, of course, there's no Morag Tong. Now, listen, the Morag Tong will get this done. Wham bam, thank you, man. You hand a little note to the guard on your way out.
I mean, that is true. But, I mean...
I didn't even take note of this bear in the corner that Sigurd's just been hanging out with.
Oh, the head.
Yeah, that's like a mounted bear head. In fact, as you guys look through, there's a lot of furs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I was thinking about noting how many bear furs are
I
in
did
here. I was
not
just like,
notice
that lady
that.
had a lot.
That is a popular Nord design. It's to keep you warm. You put furs on the floors and on the walls.
But we knew she was a Nord, right?
Yeah. But that is it's all bear pelts.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe one deer.
So either she traveled here from Skyrim with a bunch of bear pelts, or she was a hunter in her heyday.
Killed bears.
I'm sorry I forgot to say that earlier when you were
Yeah.
asking me about how she was strong. I fucking totally blanked.
Yeah.
I was looking at my notes and was like, oh yeah.
So perhaps one of the bears came back for vengeance.
That
Think
would
about it.
be.
When a bear stands up, they're person-sized, but they're drooly.
Would they
right?
fit through that door? The closet
Maybe
door?
it was a young bear. A baby bear. Vengeance for its parent.
Werebear.
Technically, a baby bear could fit in the closet.
Miklo was writing notes. I don't even care if this is right or not. Being
I'm-
like, this is a good story.
I note that, but I don't think it's likely. I following tracks is all I got. That's my best idea at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, if we can find tracks outside.
Uh,
I think we might have milked this place for most of what it was good for.
Yeah, unless the DM wants to hit us with a Deus Ex Machina right about now, I think it's time to go.
What was any of those books? Do I want to take any of those books?
Let me once
I
again.
heard I heard the Argonian account.
Yeah, the Argonia account is definitely one because that one would totally fit her personality.
Yeah, I'm adding the Argonian account.
Oh, right. Hang on. For that fucking.
Oh yeah.
Throw that shit in the fire. Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
You throw the Argonia, the lusty Argonian maid in the fire.
It's a first edition. No. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. There's plenty more smut where it comes from.
I cast mending.
Don't pick it out of the fire. You just cast mending so it burns longer.
Yes. It's a cantrip.
That's a fun way. I like that idea now.
Just never let
cast-
something burn.
It's a never ending. You've managed to find yourself a never ending fire by just every 6 seconds casting mending and
Mm-hmm.
revitalizing its burnt bits. I like that a lot. Oh, Dest, instead of asking you what all these books are, I'll ask you something else.
Okay.
Is there a single one of the Lessons of Vivek in here?
Oh, there's got to be one of them.
Okay. Do you want to pick the number yourself, or do you want to just roll 1 through 36?
Let's roll 1 through 36.
All right. You want to do it or me?
You do it.
Oh!
Also, there's a book called The Red Kitchen Reader. She definitely had that one. What number did we get? 34?
34. So late. Went back to the space. There was no space for the provincial house. He looked out to the middle of it. Called Gulga Morgiel. Yes. Okay. And who's that? The Ritual of Conquest.
Why are you so evasive? Told the orator that otherwise was to betray his nature. Oh, this book's great for her.
They're destined to die. Oh, this is going to be amazing. I pocket this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely pocket that.
All right. I think I'm going to check the door. I'm just going to crack it inward a little bit, just see where our guard is.
You don't see him, but if you listen closely, you can hear his boots, and he's actually on the floor above you guys now.
Okay, he's up on the deck.
Yeah, he's up on the deck right now.
Got it. Okay. Well, as long as he's up there and can't see what's going on down here, I want to check the ground right outside the door for any weird footprints. Maybe ones that don't obviously look humanoid.
Well, you see a bunch of footprints from the guards, unfortunately.
Yeah, I expect that would be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. You personally watched guards patrol out in front of the door like at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, they ruined all the footprints that would have been useful.
Yeah.
Do we think there might be something useful above and on the next floor up?
Another person lives up there.
Ah.
She actually is like a minor character in her novel that you read, Confessions of a Bookish Spinster.
Oh, okay. She's
She's
like a neighbor character.
Yeah, she's just like her neighbor that she like hangs out with sometimes.
That's cool.
We should ask them a question.
They're
Perhaps in the morning, though.
Yeah, they might know something, but they're probably not the murderer. It would be
It's also
because they've hit houses other than this one.
It's also the middle of the night, is it not?
Yeah, it's nighttime right
Yeah,
now.
that's a great reason not to go knocking on doors.
We can ask her later. Well, anything else?
Everybody feel satisfied?
Mhm.
Feel like you looked everywhere you wanted to look.
I'm taking that book
Hey, take your book and your weird fish.
and my fish.
Yep.
All right.
We'll come
Okay.
up with a good ending for the story for her.
Yeah, you'll have to write the last chapter for her.
And then she fought like 8 bears at the same time. She picked up one bear and used it to attack the other bear, like swing it around, and then she put it into a pile driver.
Oh, you're
I don't know if you're supposed to-
No, it's great.
We can reconvene back at the docks.
Yeah, that was kind of my thinking because that's like
Yeah.
close enough.
Oh yeah, just because I probably forgot to do it earlier. Here's your fishing pole back.
Oh, thank you. Did you catch anything?
Yes.
I will let you say retroactively that you went to the store and bought the dried fish.
We definitely
Yes.
bought a fish. Yeah.
We definitely bought it. Yeah, it's definitely a dried fish. And
Yeah.
then we hand it to Miko.
Mhm.
Oh, you
Caught it
caught a
fresh out of
fish,
the river.
and I see that, and then you dried it very quickly,
It's also salted.
What are you
and
talking about?
salted it, and brined it.
It's a fully prepared fish.
Braville's a weird town. This came right
I
out of the water.
Yeah, I don't understand that
Squinting.
second part, but the first part, yes.
Insight check.
I want a competing insight and deception check.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Highest number wins.
9.
Wow, a solid 9s.
I'm a
Nico?
little suspicious.
You know that that's very unlikely. That's probably not the truth.
That's probably not the truth. I've been fishing. I fished a lot. Never
Gus
caught
has
a
many-
dried salted fish.
Gus has many useful skills, and lying to such a shrewd businessman is not one of them, apparently.
I'm just gonna like squint accusatorially at you, but eat the fish without breaking eye contact.
It's good.
Yep.
Probably too good for Gus to have made.
Yes. Well done. Catch me another.
Well,
So
I'm
what do
gonna,
you think? What?
I'm gonna need that pullback.
Maybe,
You want to throw the pole in right now?
are we gonna just hang out? We're gonna keep scouting out this place.
No, I'm kind of out of ideas. And I mean, the old woman, she's not gonna get murdered a second time, so.
This sounds like an ongoing mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the inn.
Yes, so.
All right, so you guys head on back to the inn.
I think I'm gonna hang back on the way back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop by the statue. Because Gus has probably been side-eyeing the statue ever since he got here.
All right, so let's hop back on the map.
I think now that it's like the middle of the fucking night and probably nobody's around, he's just gonna stop in front of it and take a minute to just look at it because he's never met the statue before. He's only heard about it.
It's kind of funny because when you imagined the Night Mother in your head, did you imagine them as like an imperial woman?
God, I don't know what would she even have been like, would there have even been a drawing of her in a book somewhere? You know?
I mean, if you were into the history of the Dark Brotherhood, you would know that she originally started out as a member of the Morag Tong.
Mm-hmm.
Who, after she had her whole thing with Sithis, she started the Dark Brotherhood.
Right.
So she was actually a dark elf.
Yeah, there's good evidence that she was Dunmer.
Yeah, there's strong chance that she was a Dunmer. The statue is of an imperial woman.
Yeah, I'm looking at the statue and I'm like, yeah, that's probably not meant to be a statue of her. This is probably just a hiding place. This is just a landmark. But nonetheless, the statue has been a thing that he's heard about before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just going to study it for a while and just kind of fall into a nervous kind of reverence. And he's going to get really close to it at one point.
Do you like try to connect to Sithis or the Night Mother at all?
I think so. I don't know how much of that happens like on a spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
but when you're just one of the guys, on the ground, I don't know how much messages you receive from Sithis in your dreams and whatnot, but I think in this moment, Gus is going to take a minute, probably pulls his hood off. We've probably never seen Gus take his hood off. He has a single fin going front to back like a mohawk that's like a turquoise color. But he's gonna get really close to the statue, and he just kind of mumbles at her at if anything is listening. And he's gonna say, I don't know if you're in there, or if you can even hear me, but and I don't know if you would care, but I'm really off the map here. And I just feel like I should tell someone. I didn't betray the Brotherhood. And I most certainly didn't betray you.
I think that as you take a moment to try and connect, you reach out, and ever since you had your falling out with the Brotherhood, you have truly felt Sithis as the void. Sithis used to be like a dark black blanket that you wrapped around yourself as a child and as a young adult, and it made you feel warm and protected, and it was like a heavy weighted blanket. And then when it was gone, you truly felt an absence, like how they call Sithis the void. And as you're praying, you start to realize that weighted blanket feeling, you kind of always thought that maybe it was Sithis, but it was really the Night Mother. And your father may have forgotten you, but your mother remembers. And you feel a maternal warmth as the kind of formerly chilly fall night air starts to feel a lot like the air out in the like a midsummer's night. As you feel like a warm breeze, like not blow through your hair because you don't have hair, but you could feel it like brush across your scales in like a soothing kind of way.
Yeah, that's moving. Yeah, I think there's probably a million thoughts going through his head, and he can't think of which one to say, so he just takes that comfort with him. Put back to the inn.
You walk into the inn and you approach all of your friends sitting around the fire, and for the first time you feel like you can truly feel the heat from the fire really reach you all the way. I know I didn't put down a fireplace, but there's a fireplace in here.
Yeah, there's
Oh, hell yeah.
it's really
There's a
warm in here.
It's warm. You feel warm, you feel nice.
So now what?
Do we know information about the other murder victims?
Not really.
Cash
You went
just
by the
points to you.
house.
It's just like, yeah, exactly. We need to go see the other ones next. Or at least
Maybe.
contrast and compare.
See if there's anything in common with the victims. Investigate their houses. See if there's a known, like a specific area.
Any reason we shouldn't do that now?
Snacks. And then we can go.
You guys also haven't investigated your new Thieves Guild contact.
Mm-hmm.
Which might be the other one to do.
Yeah.
Cass just looks up from the lesson and he's just like, ooh, God, yeah, should we go and Go and talk to somebody, perhaps. Oh, right. And he pulls out his note. Gentlemen, excuse me for bothering your game. Do you know a man by the name of and then I look at my little note in my bio. Where are you? Do you know hold on. Dextrose Loxley?
One turns to the other. He goes, "Isn't that pretty little boy who runs the? Oh, what is it?" And the other one, I answer from the Archer's Paradox,
Oh. Nice.
the ranged weapons store in town.
Oh, ranged weapons, perfect. We needed that anyway. Wonderful. All
It's a
right.
pretty young thing, always prancing around in his little green outfit.
Sir,
And the other
I'm engaged.
The other one chimes in, and he's like, "And his belt looks like it's made out of a curtain."
Good.
And then in unison,
Strange.
they say together, "But he pulls it off." And then they do the whoop, 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 like the Muppet.
Statler and Waldorfing.
That one. Thank you.
Thank you, sirs. And I just go, I think those guys want me to fucking... They're talking them up real high. All right, so there's a hot boy. I think he might be closed. I look outside. I think he's closed.
At this hour, yeah.
Yeah. I look over at Luna and I just go, Luna, you know the other houses that were hit? Should we go investigate them now, or should we wait for later?
Out of game, I haven't made those areas yet, so they need to wait for next week.
They do have guards out in front of them, don't they?
There's too many guards out front of them right now. Definitely way too many guards. They're in the center of town.
Yes, crime scene investigation is there. That makes sense. Oh my god, a Pentius Oculatus is here. I don't know that. That's okay. That would make sense. That would be like if a Fed came in.
Oh,
That's true.
That would make these murders extra interesting.
is Sweet Roll? Sweet Roll. Are you any sort of blood? I mean, I know you're also like a demon dog. But do you have any kind of bloodhound senses? How's your sniffer?
Roll me an animal handling check.
If I hold up the book with blood stains on it, perhaps.
Oh. I was going to say the fish, but that's a way better idea.
Animal handling. Not great. That's neat. Yep, that's about right. I'm just like whacking it with the book. Smell it. Smell the book. Smell it. Are you smelling it?
Sweet roll gives you paw.
Oh, good boy. Pat.
Bless him.
I liked the idea, though.
I did too.
He's so talented.
We have to teach him. I mean, he already knows stuff, but
Yeah, we should teach him find next.
yes.
Well done. I think we call it for tonight. I am going to be reading this lesson. This is very interesting. Also, man, we're one step closer, but I feel not good about what we found.
Feels like
No.
we're missing some clues.
I have more questions than answers after that.
Mm.
Yeah. It was way more simple when it was just some guy killing people.
Yep.
I am curious about what your contact opinion is going to be.
I know. I hope something good.
Well, let's sleep, and then we can talk to them.
Oh, true.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Wa-na-na-na-na.
Ah, what a beautiful morning.
Perfect.
You guys awaken the next morning. Oh, we all slept in the places we were supposed to.
Yeah.
Remember how we all had those funny
I'm over here, I think.
conversations about sleeping?
Yep. Sweet roll.
Sweet.
Sweet
Yeah,
roll.
there you go. That's your bet.
There you go. Yeah.
It plays like a really nice, comfy little ditty. The traditional like JRPG, like you slept at the inn.
Oh
music.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Ba-do-do, ba-do-do, ba-do-do-do.
Yeah. Ah. Well, let's go investigate murder.
Murder.
Yeah, out there. You guys, I went to. Sorry, I'll stop.
No,
Said
Miko,
it.
go.
Yeah. So you're saying-
I went to Wells, which is where they shot Hot Fuzz.
Oh, I thought we
Fuck yeah! I thought this was also a gas.
I thought it was.
But no, I fucking love that. That's cool.
And it was great because the tour guide was like, "Hey, there's the church where the top of it fell over and crushed a guy's head, and there's the shop where someone was stabbed with some scissors."
Nice.
Uh,
With the shears.
Mhm.
Yeah. They were very proud of the fact that they were where Hot Fuzz was filmed.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
As they should be.
I mean, it is.
I was like, yeah. The last important thing that happened there was like the Norman conquest.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hot Fuzz is actually pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna mark the other murder houses because I'm gonna point them out to you guys. I believe 4 was one last time, right?
I think 4 was
Mhm.
the one that I checked when we came in.
Yeah. So we have 4
And 21.
and 21, and let me see here. Yes. And 14. Because I remember I had previously described one of the murders as happening in town, like in the middle
Mhm.
of town, and that was 4.
Mhm.
Hmm. And then there was the side path one,
Mhm.
and then there was this one.
Yeah, and this is the most isolated.
Hmm. To be fair, these 3 houses are very isolated.
Mm-hmm. Although one of them is a shop. This number 20, that's
Really?
that's Archer's Paradox.
Oh.
It's next
Mhm.
door to the.
Lit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Should-
Should we start there?
Sure.
That is where
On
we
the-
went.
House 22 is what's her name's friend's house.
22.
Oh, right. Yeah, the guard is currently blocking it, but yeah,
Oh, it's the
there's a
okay.
second story.
It's the upstairs. Got it.
Okay.
In Queso Bravil.
And the house for sale that's Aggie Bannertorn's house.
Yes. Oh, I love that they have little Bravils like house sigil.
Isn't that
Like-
cool?
Yeah, you could see the deer. It's great.
Where's that? Where are you looking?
Oh, for real and for true, baby.
It's down.
Scroll down.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Yeah, I love their little sag. I mean, to be fair, that was another really good thing that, like, Skyrim did really well.
Mhm.
All those different guard outfits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did that in Oblivion too. Like, and I even did it for a couple of the guards in Leyland, but you couldn't see it because it was on the back of their capes.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right.
Someday they'll let me put a GIF of like the whole thing spinning, and then we'll truly be in the future.
There you go.
Mhm.
But Leowin's is like a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Archer's Paradox. Let's do this.
Let's go shopping.
We got a lot of reasons to go here.
All right, you guys head into the Archer's Paradox, and for the inside of the shop, we're going to use the Theater of the Mind.
Okay.
Yes.
It is a
My favorite theater.
It's the best one. So you guys walk in and you can see like bows on the walls and like deer pelts on the floors and like light armor, lots of feathers, like different components to make your own things for sale. And here is our man. And behind the counter,
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh, they're
Look at-
right. He is cute.
look at this chap.
they're adorable. Look at that feathered hat.
All
Look at those
right.
freckles.
Yeah. That's called a bicocket hat.
That's an adventuring cap. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
so you guys head in. He's like lazily like leaning up against the counter. And you guys come in and he like straightens up a little bit and he's like, "Oh, hello, new visitors. Welcome to my humble shop. How may I help you?"
Rishara sends his regards.
"Oh, friend of the family. Come on in."
Ah, good friend. So, Reveal. Awful lot going on today.
You guys picked a hell of a time to come visit. So are you friends of the guild or are you members? I haven't seen you before.
Technically speaking, I guess you could call us associates.
Associates. Well, if you ever want to make that relationship official, let me know.
Good to know. I might. But before we get into pleasure, let's talk about business. So, secrets out. A whole bunch of murders around town. Very scary.
Yeah, it's awful. They got old Lady Bannertorn. She's next door.
I know. Exactly. So, speaking of, did you hear anything weird?
I don't
You
sleep
did.
in the store.
Oh. Well, there's not a... sorry, I assumed there was an upstairs.
There is, but I use it for storage.
Oh.
I actually live slightly outside of town.
Oh. You make the trip every day.
It's a small walk.
Still. Stay safe on the roads, I suppose. All right. Well, yeah. Not going to lie, we are mildly interested in it. You know.
Oh,
To be fair, if they haven't. Right? Yeah, exactly. Plus, if they haven't cleared the houses yet, there's... I kind of lean in. There could still be some valuables in there.
He looks at you and he for a second you can see that he's like debating whether or not to say something to you, and he's like, well, look, some of the people that were killed, they were well to do, and that's their business. But old Lady Bannertorn, she didn't have anything worth stealing, so I'd appreciate it if you could do me a favor and not take any of her stuff. I figure probably some family will come and take it.
There.
Oh, what was her deal?
Well, when she was younger, she was a forester, but as she got older, she started cleaning houses in town. And then when she got too old for that, she got by on, when she got too old to work entirely, she got by on her savings and some mild charity. There's like a, I don't know what you'd call it, I guess a community kitchen here in town where people get together and make meals for the less fortunate. They call it City Swimmer House.
City Swimmer House.
It has to do with this former resident of Leowen who was actually killed for stealing food, and so in her name, it's kind of like a charity type thing. The chapel's involved, where they make sure that there's always food to be had in Leowen, so that never, in Breville, so that never happens again. And she would eat there, or if she wasn't feeling poorly, sometimes her friend would come and bring her the meal.
Tiny kitten meows.
The baby.
She's a neat.
Oh, so she's extra cuddly
Oh.
now.
Mm.
Well then, all right. Good to know. Good to know. Cities from her house.
Hmm.
We'll have to go there. It's also right next door.
Is that house 19?
No, it's house 6. 6 is right next to 4.
Oh, it's next door to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just go, That's what I said.
I think the whole time we're here, Gus is like, he's letting Castros do most of the talking, and in the meantime, he's just looking around at all the wares. He's an enthusiast.
Right.
Cat's
Looking for
definitely.
anything in particular?
Oh yeah.
Not really. I mean, he's had his crossbow with him for a long time. It's done him very well. But if there's anything like really remarkable in this store, he would be drawn to it.
Okay, so if there's like an elven crossbow
Yeah.
or an orc crossbow,
Crossbows are pretty rare in Cyrodiil.
Yeah. No shit.
You
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you could definitely pick up some new bolts.
Mhm.
Like he's got a couple of enchanted bolts.
Okay.
But yeah, like there's not like a lot of crossbow stuff on display.
That's fine.
Hmm.
I mean, I'd be okay with a regular bow also, but if he's just a pretty run of the mill archery shop, then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's not anything really remarkable laid out. Like there's no super crazy enchanted bows that are out on display or anything like that.
Yeah.
It
All
would
right.
just be like steel bows, elven bows. There's like a glass bow.
Oh.
Glass bow.
Yeah, they're made of green glass.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of like in this game, what's the mechanical difference between a glass bow and a steel bow?
Maybe it's
Would it
plus
be-
1.
Or would it be an extra die type? Like, would you move from a D8 to a D10?
I think that's what it would be.
Or a D10 to a D12? You gotta be careful, though. If it's a D12, the only place to go is up.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm,
only
I
one
think-
more.
I think it'd move up to like a D10.
God. Can you fucking imagine having people fucking rain down D10s from bows? Like literally a longsword.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm doing that now. It's really so honestly, it would be better for you because I can't shoot more than once per round.
I do know how to use a bow, and I don't have a bow. No. Oh dear. Wait. Loxley, give me a little something. How much for the glass bow?
Well, the base value is 900. But since
Very
you're
nice.
a friend of the family, I could knock it down by 100 gold to 800 for you.
800. Okay. How about this? Do you have any jobs in town?
Oh, I'm sure I could find some jobs in town. We're redistributing things.
Redistribution.
Oh yeah, just he like polishes his hands on it. Sure, it's just a thing that we do here. It's kind of like an initiation for new Thieves Guild recruits. Kind of busy work. Just some standard redistribution of assets.
Got it. One ring from one house then ends up in the pocket of another.
Yeah, but specifically, we're looking to move it from the higher end of society, maybe down to the lower.
Oh, of course I would. Honestly, if there were that many, poor people with, exquisite amulets, perhaps. But yeah, it usually does tend to be from the upper mobile, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really more of a thing where steal me some things, bring them back to me, I'll give you some gold, and then you can redistribute it for me.
Okay. Well, yeah. We'll be staying at the inn, so if you have any, send me a letter over there and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll send you a list of addresses.
Right on. So, well, if you hadn't heard anything, 'cause you're not even here, then I suppose we should go looking elsewhere for some of our answers. Keep that bow tight.
Yeah.
That's a good bow.
And if you're looking to get more serious about the organization, let me know. We have a place.
I nod. I just go, right on. We might. And with that, unless you guys want to hang out anymore, Cass is gonna walk outside.
No, I'm done here.
Good luck with your investigation.
Just give him a hand. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think like after we leave, I'd kind of lean over to Castros and I'm like, just food for thought. If I was a serial murderer in this town, seedy underbelly would be a great place to hide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Plus, like you said, the other two were well off. The old lady wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
The other two houses have more things. So when we go there, I might procure a few things.
So we have an entire thieves guild in this town that's taking money and trickling it down, but maybe somebody's got a bigger axe to grind.
Exactly. Specifically, I think where we need to stop off next
Yeah.
is City Swimmer House.
Okay.
I bet you that's where a lot of these come together.
City Swimmer House?
Yes, think of it. Open, public, plenty
Sure.
of people coming in, plenty of traffic. Upper, lower, mixing together. I don't know. Sounds like a great place to get to know someone just enough to feel like you can rob them or kill them.
Was that number 14?
It's number 6.
Oh, up there. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Let's do it. Number 6.
Or you guys head to number 6, City Swimmer House. And you guys can see that what's that? You guys got up like regular rising time, like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right, so it's like mid-morning, which means that all of the beggars of the day are starting to mill in for their first meal. Well, I should say beggars, infirm, old folks, people down on their luck. You guys see the skooma addict from yesterday, and he's stumbling. He's like stumbling out with a piece of bread and some rice porridge.
Good.
And here I'm gonna let's see here. Add page.
Keeping an eye out. Or doing everything. Just ask the rest of you. Just like, seriously though. It's weird. It's weird, right? Could it have been... It couldn't be 2 killers. That would be weirder.
I mean, anything's possible, but
Could be a coincidence.
I
Be
think
a
that's
strange
less
one, though.
possible. There's like 4 of these murders. I mean, to check
Maybe-
this house today. Maybe there's another drool pile or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, 4. That is very fair. Yeah, Castros goes, yeah, you know what? Honestly, confirming the drool pile might be our bread and butter. Gosh, I just don't know what the hell would do that. Cass is very just like twiddling his beard, and just being like,
Okay, imagine this doesn't look as crappy as it does.
Imagine this doesn't look like 2 red boxes.
I'm gonna
It's
make them into black
beautiful.
boxes. 1 second.
Okay,
You got it, Glass.
Minimalistic. I dig it.
There we go. And
that's fine.
these are like tables.
Look, this is how we used to do things. It was just white and blue, and that was it. That was the
That's
2
true.
colors we had.
Back
And then
in
this
my
is like
day,
the
we
this is
didn't
like
even
the
have
food
pictures.
line. And you guys can see 2 people outside. An elderly Khajiit lady.
I
Oh,
love that. Look at her.
She's got a ladle.
oh, I love her.
This one has ladle.
Mm-hmm.
And then that
Khajiit
That's-
soup.
that skooma attic you guys saw the other day. And there's also like for like there's one old person that you guys are seeing, and there's one skooma attic you're seeing. There's like 10 other old people, like 10 other skooma addicts. Like there's just like a whole crowd of like anybody in Breville that would maybe not have a hot meal to eat today.
Sir, I don't know if you should consume your skooma both in liquid form and smoking form. Both?
I don't know, not even the same like internal systems.
2 different active ingredients.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting fucked both ways.
2 organs at the same time.
My kidney
It's a-
and my liver.
It's a body high and a head high.
See,
There you go.
You're thinking down here, and I'm thinking up here.
Yes. He's thinking in the space beyond spaces.
Yeah.
From the provisional house, you view the world.
And so you guys come in, and this guy is just leaving, and the old lady with the ladle, old lady ladle, she's like working behind the food line, giving people soup, and she's definitely probably one of the older people in here, but she's still working the soup line. She's all like hunched over.
I approach a skooma attic, and in gel, I just go, "Hey, good soup today."
Rice porridge is always a good breakfast. Wait, did you just speak to me in Jill? Did
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, have you ever done that in my presence?
No.
What is
You
Jill?
did actually
Yeah.
one time when you guys first met. You spoke to him and Jill.
Oh
Okay.
shit! Did I?
Haven't
Okay.
done it since.
All right.
Yeah, I've done it once.
I think you did it through the bars to him, so that way the guard didn't know what you were saying. Who was
Right.
Len?
Right.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
I was about to be like, bro? Like, word?
You didn't tell me you speak the mother tongue?
Yeah.
But no, you knew.
Cass catches you still with your wide eyes, and he just
Mhm.
gives you a little side smirk. Just goes, "You'd be surprised what you pick up."
Right, so you come up to this guy and he's like, "Well, this." He like looks at the bottle of skooma and he looks at you and he's like, "Did you actually just? Am I hearing things or
Just no.
am I hearing
Sheesh.
things?"
Shleesh, bagay, shmeesh, meesh.
Yeah.
Fucking gel.
Yeah, I just slide up and I'm like, yeah, it's not bad, right?
Sorry, I have a bit of an accent. I know.
He
But
looks to you, Gus, and he's like, "But is he's like cool? Like he doesn't speak Jill because he used to like own somebody."
Oh, I don't know why he speaks gel. I'm pretty sure he's never owned somebody though.
Cass just puts his fingers up in a little peace sign and just says, "Myself, never."
The Argonian looks at you kind of like but he lets it go and he's like, How can I? What do you want?"
I was wondering. I'm new in town and I couldn't help but hear about the awful occurrences. Did you ever see old lady Agnes by here?
Oh yeah, that lady that got chomped by the revealed butcher. Yeah, she came here all the time. It's like pretty crazy that she got. You know.
Yeah, that she got caught. Fair. Well, I have a good question. Was she acting strange? Did you see her before she died?
Are you a cop? Look, I didn't kill her. I don't even eat red meat.
Cass just looks around and he's just like, fuck, I don't have anything in my pockets that make me cool.
I lean into the Argonian and I'm just like, we are the furthest thing from the cops.
I'm going to hand you a silver piece, and can I make a persuasion check?
Yes.
Ooh, baby, that's a 22.
The silver works every time. He's like,
Now I remember here.
I was just checking that you were cool. Lucky for me, you're cool.
Trust me, I have my own issues with the Pentias Oculatus, so if I was a guard, it'd be much easier.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, who hasn't come the wrong way of a guard once or twice, eh? But as for the old lady, I mean, I never really paid much attention to her, you know. My type, you know, tends to skew a little bit younger. Not too young, but like, you know, not like old lady.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Clovian meat gets pretty sweet over time. Nonetheless, well, all right, fair. You didn't hang out with much, but you haven't noticed anything else strange around the place, have you?
Well, I mean, everyone's been nervous since the butcher. Well, I mean, the first one, you know, you think, an animal got into town, you know, a bear or something. But, you know, it's definitely not a bear at this point. I mean, like, you know, the doors
Yeah,
were torn in, you know?
of course, yes. It would be crazy for it to be a bear. It looks more like a man. Or more.
Ugh, he does like a little, the Argonian version of crossing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Makes a
Sit
little
them.
tree. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Sit this, take them. I'll just go, yeah, very fair. Well, keep an eye out, good man. If you see anything strange, let us know, and there'll be more in it for you.
Thank you, and you stay safe too.
And then Cass is gonna kind of back off this guy. If you guys want to ask any questions, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Yep. I want to talk to the old lady cat.
All right, so you guys head in, and she's like putting soup in bowls. You come up, and she's like, "Oh, welcome, a new face," and she like puts soup in a bowl and hands it to you.
Oh,
It's like a rice porridge. There's little bits of some kind of meat, like shredded meat, floating in it.
this one is very grateful.
Do you want bread?
Oh, I mean, always.
She gives you a
Yes.
little chunk of bread, like
Is
the
there
size
like
of your fist.
Is there like a little donation box?
I think that was out by the front door.
Okay.
Wait, no, there's no way it could be. This is Breville. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say. It was like, no, that has to be watched.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is very-
it's right here. It's right there.
Are you donating?
Tink.
Mm-hmm.
The little tink of 2 coins.
Nice.
And Cash just kind of comes over here and says, Miko, my friend, you had some questions, right?
Oh, this one. Miklo was just admiring this very nice service that you're doing for the community. It is very kind of you. You must know the people of this town very well, yes.
Oh, yes, I've come to know people quite well.
It's a shame about all of the tragedies we have been hearing about.
When
Did
you
you know?
say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, just did you know them?
When you say that, like her ears fold down and like her ladle wielding tail kind of falls limp a little bit, and she goes, well, the first two never really came in much, but the last one was a very, very dear friend of mine.
Oh, Miko is sad to hear this.
Condolences.
Yes.
We're actually neighbors.
Oh. What can you tell me about her?
She had a fire.
Like a
She
fireplace?
No, like there was a fire inside her.
Oh yes.
Metaphorically had a fire.
Ah,
She was
a
fiery.
creative soul. I see.
She was filled with an inner strength. And funny and sharp as a tack.
It is a tragedy that such a spirit could be taken down by an animal?
If that is what it was. I hope it was an animal.
You said you were her neighbor. Was anything strange happened that night? Anything at all?
I did hear some noise, but I was too scared to go and look.
What did the noise sound like?
There was crashing and screaming.
Oh,
I could hear the sound of splintering wood.
Hmm. A very terrifying thing to have happen. My apologies. Asking you to relive it.
we're grateful for your stories.
Here's to the betterment of all prevail.
Yes. You,
Have- She
sorry.
like puts extra soup in your bowl.
Thank you, Mom.
The question. One more question. Apologies. Are there any other new folk to this town aside from us?
Oh my God, that's such a good question.
I mean, there's probably people coming in and out like all the time.
Yeah, yes, we have travelers move through pretty often. People come to take ships. But well, you all are new, and let's see. Oh, a dark elf family came through. Actually, it was quite a few dark elves came through.
Mm.
And everyone else has been here for at least a year or two.
Okay. Just wondering. Thank you.
That
You're
would have
welcome.
been Luna and friends, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Hmm.
I've thought. Perhaps
Hey.
we can. Let's take this outside.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You
just
can-
think about that.
Ooh.
As you guys turn to leave,
Mhm.
old lady Ladle goes, "Wait, I remembered.
Oh.
I heard two voices.
Two voices.
Aggie's and another dreadful, dreadful voice. I couldn't make out what it was saying, but it sounded just awful.
But it was speaking words. So not a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Hmm.
You didn't understand any of the words.
No, there was too much screaming and smashing and shouting.
Thank you. I'm gonna pull out the book. Begrudgingly be like, this one found this outside and thought maybe you might know who it belonged to. It seems like you know a lot of the people here. And I'm going to give her the lady's book.
You give it to her, and she looks at it, and her hand goes to stroke the cover, and she goes, "Her book." And then she pauses. Roll me an insight check.
Insight. Shut up, phone.
Nice. Holy shit.
You look at the book, and she traces her hand across the cover, and you see her hand stops when she sees the blood splatter on the front of the cover.
Oh, yeah. Whoops, I should have wiped that off.
And she looks at you, and then she tries to like rearrange her face to be like she's sad about the book, and oh, my dear friend, this was her book that she was writing, and then she quickly puts it away before you can take it back.
So wait, she was not looking sad, and then she had to like make herself
Well,
look sad.
Well, she was sad, and then she went, "What the fuck? There's blood on." Surprise! Oh, what the fuck? There's blood on this book. And then she went, "Oh wait, no, wait. That's right. I'm very sad. That's. Let me put this away."
Oh. Oh.
Suspicious.
And she looks like she looks at you, and she tries to look at you with the same smile she had before, but you can tell that her feelings about you have changed.
Oh.
She knows
Smile and
something
nod.
about you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
But we know something about her.
I was trying to be nice. I'm bad at this. That's okay. Smile and nod, and just moving along now. Thank you for the soup.
Did I misread this?
Thank you for the soup.
I mean, there could have just been a bloody book just lying around. I pick stuff up off the ground all the time. That's where I found this hat.
Yeah, I think there are plenty of ways to read this.
I was thinking if she had to. So two things. She had to remind herself that she was trying to look sad about it, and two, she was surprised to find blood.
It's true.
I never said that her sadness the first time wasn't genuine.
That's true. She was just startled by the blood.
True. She was so taken off by the blood, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the predominant feeling, and she had to remind herself, I'm sad right now, and that was my face.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want Miko to notice that she noticed the blood.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
But Miko rolled her insight high enough to notice that she noticed the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Almost had a clue there.
She might think. She might also think that we are the killers now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I said, there might be a little bit of positive, a little bit of negative. We'll see how this.
I'm
see how this one
sorry.
pulls out. Don't worry, Miko. I don't think it'll.
You seem like a nice friend, and I wanted to give her book.
I'm going next door.
She is a nice friend.
Okay. I
She's
just gave
a nice
someone
friend.
their murdered friend's book covered in blood. No, it's fine.
And you were like, I found this outside, away from her house.
Just on the ground. I didn't say where I found it, just outside.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yep.
Just like, stuff happened.
Yeah. Someone just threw it on the ground.
Somebody's throwing books.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain stuff to her more? Is it, are you telling her this stuff when you're telling her?
No.
It's not too late to do that.
A gift of gab.
No, wait, that's not how it happened.
Yeah. I have that spell, but this is.
I do love Gift of Gab so much because you just go, no, I didn't say that.
No.
I said,
I fucked that up.
Yep.
Yeah, hold on, retry that.
I think I'm going to embrace this and move on being suspicious.
Mikolo, to be otherwise would betray your nature.
Yep.
I cast Whoops-a-Doodle.
I could have given her the fish. I feel like that would have been much more suspicious.
I don't know, at least the fish didn't have blood on it.
I'm going next door.
Yep.
I don't know about this crime scene.
Perhaps Mikolo should not associate next to you guys for a little while.
See if there's spit. See if there's spit in there. Just go. when we get outside, Cass is definitely just like, shit.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, Mikolo, not you. If there's no one new, then it has to be someone who is already living here.
Hmm.
So what changed? What
These
caused it?
murders. They're all within, what, a month?
Uh-huh.
Very strange.
Exactly. So what changed? What
I'm-
caused him to do it?
I'm picking the lock on this door while they're talking.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna stand on this kind of opposite end to just,
Mhm.
completely normal. Not a lookout. Not a lookout. Perception check. Not a lookout.
That's a 24.
Nice.
I didn't even take my picks out. I just jiggled the handle a bit. Like a
really
flaky,
shitty.
like a flaky toilet. Just tick, tick, tick. Okay, it's open.
Okay, just a second.
The wood here is so full of wetness and water that like you could just jiggle your way out.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just, the wood is so flexed. It's so swollen. You could just
Yeah,
put
if you
weight-
just press it hard enough, yeah, it'll just it'll bend.
You put weight in the right spot. Yeah. Doesn't even make contact.
Slips all of its ratchets.
All right, so the house that Luna points to you guys to is a second floor house, excuse me.
Cool.
Second story work.
Yeah, so it's like you go up these little stairs right here,
I don't have that.
and then the house is right here.
Hell yeah.
Easier to hide from the guards while picking that lock.
And also, okay, I'm going to call a 10-minute break.
Okay.
No worries.
Although it is getting close to ending time. So if I call a 10-minute break, it'll be like,
Be like 8:50. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be like 8:50.
Could we wrap
know-
this up in 10 minutes or? Because if not, I can wait.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was like, if not, I could wait, because we could have like
Yeah, let's pause it here.
Okay.
a mini convo as we're breaking into this house.
Sure.
Feel free to do role-playing stuff. It's just,
Okay.
oh, even when it's daytime, you guys could roll me some sneak rolls.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. It's 22.
Yeah, so you guys aren't going to have any problems sneaking in, so that'll be good.
Yeah. 22, 18, 10. All pretty decent rolls.
That'll be enough. You guys cover up for them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's like, if
And-
anything, Mikolo, we have you as the first person people see, and then they'll see me next, and then they'll see Gust next. So it's a level,
Oh, and I forgot to roll a nighttime roll. Dang it.
Oh.
A nighttime roll?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to sleep.
Yeah, you guys went to sleep. I roll a d20 every time you guys go to sleep.
Oh.
I'm going to roll it now.
Yeah, rolling out. 20.
It's only a 5. We're good.
5.
Doesn't even matter that I forgot it earlier.
Yep. Yes, it's just like I don't get it. Could it be like, I look at the rest of you and I'm just like, they're not thieves. What could they get out of the murder? They said he's a cannibal, so presumably he eats some, but enough is left over for positive ID. Could this be Daedric? What, isn't it? Isn't it Periite? No. Who is it?
Roll me a religion check and I'll tell you.
Yes, exactly. Cass is just like, shit. Where's my religion? I have bonuses. 13.
You know it's not Periite. You're like, no, it's not that. It's not Periite.
That's a period.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember it. I'll remember it later.
Right. I know there are Daedra who eat flesh.
Yeah, you do know for sure there's a Daedra that eats flesh.
There-
That's what
there is-
13 did.
There is a
Well, whose followers eat flesh?
Hercene upholds all of the were creatures. So if it was a were creature, perhaps we be a Hercene follower. But if it was a were creature, how could it be so? They couldn't have done 3 murders in a month. They would have to do 3 murders in a day.
Do we know anything about any of the other victims? 'Cause so far, all we know is that it was an old lady who.
It's an old
She-
lady, and these two were the more rich of them, which made the old lady the outlier. Because it was two vaguely well-to-do people,
And
and
muted.
then this old lady. Oh, and you're muted.
Whoops.
What
I
was
was
You're
it?
okay.
thinking- yeah, we just know that poor old lady and 2 rich people.
Yeah.
It remind me, Elder Scrolls lore, phases of the moon. Is that a thing for werefolk?
Yes.
Yep, it's full moon.
So they really would only have like a couple days, right? If it was
Mhm.
them being transformed.
And you
Um,
talked to Luna about it, and Luna told you guys that there were 3 attacks so far. And
Yeah.
one was before the full moon, one was on the full moon, and then one was very recently, which was after the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be in a realistic window for someone to be transformed?
Not really, that's kind of too wide.
Yeah,
Okay.
not yeah. In Caster's professional opinion, no.
Is it?
What's your wide
Maybe-
window?
Is it? I'm trying to.
The attacks are all at night, right?
Hercene is
Uh-huh.
tangentially related to the
Hercene-
forest.
Yeah, he's more of a hunting one and a were creature one. But they're not
Yeah.
really, and they do eat people, but it's not like a cannibalism. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
well, you're an animal, eating people isn't cannibalism kind
Yeah.
of thought
Yeah.
process.
Right. I'm just wondering if it's like, even if it's not a werewolf every time, maybe it was a werewolf once,
Mm.
but maybe the motives between each murder is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore that. I'm straightening out squares.
No worries.
But
Yeah.
if anyone else wants to roll me a religion check to know more about which Daedras eat, which Daedric like princes have lore about eating people and which don't.
Sure, I'm bad at this. 5.
Why not?
Oh,
That's amazing.
Man, is
Sure.
religion
Bleeding?
exist?
Well, definitely not me.
What is religion?
what is Daedra?
Do I eat people?
could
What's
have
cannibalism again?
been me while I was asleep. Don't know my own strength.
Fucking love you, Sigurd.
Am I a werewolf?
No. The Daedric. I think I remembered it. If I remember it, is it the same as me remembering?
As long as you didn't search it,
No.
I'll allow you to say Casseros literally just remembered.
I think it's Namira is the one that eats people. I think they have a thing. They ritually cannibalistically eat people.
Me, the player, is sitting here trying to remember and being like, I know there's a couple that I don't remember, so it's probably one of the ones I don't remember, and I definitely don't remember Namira and what her deal was.
It is Namira.
Okay.
Namira's gross.
She is known as the Mistress of Decay.
Deal.
That's right. It's because she reminds me so much of Periite.
Yeah, she is also the patron of Tamriel's cannibals, taking pleasure in the consumption of mortals.
And Periite's like disease, right?
Yes.
Periite is disease.
Yeah.
Which is why I got them confused, because decay and disease.
Right.
And Vermina is nightmares.
Thank you.
Got it. Okay. Namira. All right, well,
Namira.
that's very informative, but I'm not sure that gets us anywhere.
I know, right? It's not like everyone is out here proclaiming their Daedric worship. That would only get you thrown in jail.
Mm-hmm.
If we had some kind of Namira
Unless it was like
shrine
a Zora.
dowsing rod,
Mhm.
that would be useful information.
Right. And yes, true. If it was one of the good Daedra, I suppose it would be that looked down upon, but if it was one of the good Daedra, then we wouldn't be doing this. Now what the...
True. Yeah, Lamp
If-
was even hesitant to tell you guys that she worships Sheogorath.
Hmm.
And Sheogorath isn't nearly as reviled as Namira.
Yeah.
Why would people follow Namira?
Because they're cannibals or they're sick perverts.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, short of looking it up, I literally can't, quote
Like,
unquote, like
It's
you
people
like
that,
fucking pitch.
disgusting. Like
Yeah.
any of those people that did the pony jar thing, Namira.
How dare you? And yeah, literally, I guess it is just Namira is just decay and rot and gross, and it's just like, are you a bad? You'll love Namira. Truly one of the worst Daedras.
So there's this story about Namira that I should. No, I'm just going to tell you. There's this story about Namira, how there was a child of the king of Valenwood, and he was like far down the line to inherit. So he was never going to just naturally inherit the throne or even that much wealth or property. So he went out searching for fortune and fame, and he met and saved a vagabond that was actually Namira. Recognizing her, he begged her to be her apprentice for power and glory. He followed her for 33 days, begging at her feet. And on the 33rd day, Namira revealed that by doing so, he had completed his apprenticeship and thus gave him her power. Her 3 blessings were disease, pity, and disregard. With those blessings, his name became legendary among beggars. First, he could choose to have any disease with visible symptoms, but he needed to always have one. He then became a beggar, a terrible beggar, who would invoke pity from any passers-by. Finally, he discovered that the power of disregard gave him great access to spoken secrets. People unknowingly said important things where he could hear them. He knew the comings and goings of every citizen in the city. And to this day, if anyone really wants to know something, you have to ask a beggar. They are the eyes and ears throughout the city, and know all the daily lives of its citizens.
So we should go talk to that druggie again?
Hmm.
What's the difference between a beggar and a druggie?
That's true. That's true, actually, yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, we're gonna. He's not, but we're definitely gonna be talking to him because I bet he knows somebody.
He knows
might know-
something.
Yeah.
I also get the suspicion that if there was something he could tell us, then they would point us in the direction of the underbelly anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Your friend Dextros might be the move here.
yeah, really might be. Well, good to know. Once we finish up here, we'll maybe pop back over to Dextros and see what's what.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully by tonight he'll have the list of houses. After that, we'll have gained a lot of trust, and hopefully it'll be a bit more quid pro quo. I like the plan.
Sounds good.
And a
All right,
plan
very
was
cool.
made.
Yeah, we'll stop it there.
All right.
Thank you guys for
Some
playing.
burgers.
Sorry it petered out there a little bit at the end.
No, it's good.
I didn't think it petered out. I thought we were literally like, no, dude, we are doing such a good... We're a little bit gazeboing it,
Mm-hmm.
but not in, I think, a crazy way. I think it's a
Yeah,
very understandable
reasonable.
gazeboing. Yeah, a very
Mhm.
reasonable level of gazeboing
Mhm.
where there's something. They're cooking up or something. You know what I mean? There's a mystery here. I smell it.
I love gazebo as a verb.
I know. I just thought of it. I've never
many-
used gazeboing.
Many nouns as verbs are some of my favorite verbs.
All
All right. We're saying goodnight to Twitch.
Good night, Twitch.